Let's have a look at his hair. So first off, let's zoom in real quick. As you can see, he has a lot of loss. Now, the lighting is very harsh and it's not doing him any favors. But still, you can see that he barely has any hairline. And it looks like he's dealing with quite a bit of diffuse at similar hair lengths. Is that he is gaining enough density in the midsection to have a reasonable amount of coverage. Hey guys, before we continue this video, I would like to mention that we now have liposomal minoxidil sulfate on my website, follicles.com, folligenz.com, and if the order queue is available and open, you can order it there. We're running it as a cosmetic. There are other sort of botanicals inside of this particular topical that are pretty helpful when it comes to conditioning the hair. So that's at follicles.com, folligenz.com. That's folligenz.com. Go check it out and maybe even try it out. See you there. Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another episode where we review hair loss progress on the Trestless subreddit, the largest subreddit that has to do with hair loss. And today we're looking at the user known as Pumpkin King, I think. And this is his before and after using dutasteride. I'm assuming it's oral dutasteride and topical minoxidil of 5%. So let's read a short description. He says over here, before using dutasteride 0.5 milligram and minoxidil 5%, 3-month progress. I turned 27 on March. I started to lose my hair when I was 25. Didn't do much about it because I was scared of the side effects that dutasteride might cause in the body. But after realizing how much I lost, I decided to try the medication and fortunately, I haven't experienced any side effects. I feel alive again. Unquote. And that's a beautiful way of putting it. Guys, if you're dealing with any sort of hair loss issues, if it's androgenetic alopecia, you want to just take the step. Take, at the very least, finasteride. At the very least, 0.5 milligram finasteride once every other day. Obviously, go talk to your doctor. I'm not a doctor, but I'm someone that uses the medication, so I think I'll advocate for it. Anyway, let's have a look at his hair. So first off, let's zoom in real quick. As you can see, he has a lot of loss. Now, the lighting is very harsh and it's not doing him any favors. But still, you can see that he barely has any hairline. And it looks like he's dealing with quite a bit of diffuse thinning, such that you can really just see, you can see towards the top of his scalp. You know, some people might say you can see the back of his head. That's how transparent his hair is. And, you know, in all seriousness, it does look like if he even wasted a year more, he would be in the boat of probably being a Nord 6 or Nord 5, right? But at this angle, we can't really judge his hairline. We need a proper top-down view. But you can see, like, just look at this open area, and this would be his left-hand side. You know, just barely any temples at all, really. So yeah, diffuse thinning, very severe state of hair loss given his age. I think he's 25 in this picture. Very, very severe. Let's go on to the next picture in the camera roll. So I'm not sure if this is a before, but if it's a before like 3 months after he's been using finasteride or whatever. But still, we can get the top-down view. His midsection is greatly diffuse, right? He barely has, you know, coverage. And you can see that there are areas in his crown that are worse than the midsection, I would say. Yeah, just, you know, very, very severe amount of hair loss given his age. You know, he's a young guy. I'm assuming, again, this is the age 25 when he took the picture. So let's go on to the next picture in the camera roll. And look, another angle. So we have another angle. Looks like his hair is improving. So if we compare his baseline, right, let me just drag this over here. This is his baseline. And this is where he is. You know, it looks like he has less like facial bloat too, so that's pretty good. Good on him for being healthier, so that's really nice. But also, looks like there's more coverage on the top, and, you know, maybe he has it at a slightly different length, but still, he's getting better coverage. It looks like the hair's picking up some sort of density in the midsection, and that's really what matters, right? Coming from this, going to this, that's good news, in my opinion. So let's go on to the next picture in the camera roll. And this is the top. Okay, so In these two pictures, in these two photos rather, you can see that he made a tremendous improvement from his, his starting point, right? Being this picture compared to this picture and this picture compared to this picture, right? What we're seeing essentially at similar hair lengths is that he is gaining enough density in the midsection to have a reasonable amount of coverage that can cover most of the scalp show, right? He wouldn't be able to pull off that bit of coverage with this starting point because of how sparse the midsection is and how sparse the crown is. But given the treatment intervention he used, being dutasteride 0.5 milligram once daily and topical minoxidil 5%, I think once daily, it looks like he's making some tremendous improvement. And he's been doing this for what? For only 3 months, as he says in his description. So really, it's never too late to start, but the best time to start would have been, yesterday or before you even noticed any hair loss, which is not really realistic for some people. You need to be prompted, and once you're prompted, you're already dealing with the situation, right? But the best time to start is in the past. The next best time is now. And yeah, I'm happy to see that within 3 months, he made a tremendous improvement from baseline to where he is now, in the after. So very, very good. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. And guys, I make these videos to show you that there is a chance to improve your condition, right? He's not going to go back to his juvenile hairline. He's not going to go back to how things were before he had all of these androgenetic alopecia issues. Rarely can people go back, to how things originally were, but you can make a substantial amount of improvement. The fact that he's only been on this for 3 months and he's made such a good recovery, yeah, he might be a hyper responder of sorts, right? But still, it goes to show that maybe there's a chance for somebody out there who is in a worse state, right? You could get comparable results, if not slightly, slightly less, but still you're going to improve yourself from where you were in the beginning. And that's all that really matters. So if you're on the fence, go talk to your doctor about finasteride. Personally speaking, if you're a young guy, I would say go for dutasteride depending on your severity of hair loss and the rate of hair loss. This is him at age 25, and let's be real, he has the amount of hair loss you would expect stereotypically for like a 35-year-old, right? So, just go for it, right? Try dutasteride out, in my opinion, if you're dealing with hair loss at a young age and the rate of your hair loss is like really, really fast. So in any case, thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope to see you in the next one. And yeah, before I end this video, though, just want to let you guys know, as I always do, I started a company called Folligens. That's FOLLIGENZ.com. And we are selling liposomal monoxidil sulfate. Currently, we're out of stock, but if you put your name over here in the newsletter section, you'll get notifications when we're back in stock. We're running it as a cosmetic. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Go check it out and maybe even try it out when we're back in stock. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, guys, and yeah, hope to see you in the next one. Peace out.